Alright, Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans, welcome back to another raucous edition of Front Row Fanatics.
Raucous is right.
Yes. Tonight has been another one of those nights like the CSW review we did last.
Wow.
With bizarreness, wildness, rowdiness, all sorts of...
Breaking windows.
Yes, breaking windows, all sorts of strange things going on. Let's continue our review of Ultimate... Oh, yes, says Alexander... Blah, 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 blah. I'm stuttering again, drink some more beer. Alexandra Page. I almost got the name wrong, and she had that butcher knife ready to stab me in my eyeball. So, Alexandra Page. Stay off them jelly beans, man.
All right, coming up next, we had a winner keeps the road match. And it pitted the Ultimate Legend, the Black Sheep, Bobby Doll, against Johnny Rebel from Milton, Florida.
The armpit of the South.
As you know, Johnny Rebel had Bobby Doll's robe, the sparkly robe, and
the Ric Flair-like robe.
Very expensive. Bobby Doll was none too happy about that, and in the end, it was Johnny Rebel that got the 1-2-3 victory over Bobby Doll. What the hell?
All I can say is that this was the low point of the show for me, man, right there. I don't know what in the hell happened. That old crazy-ass armpit-smelling Milton hillbilly Johnny Rebel defeated Bobby Doll and took the robe back to the smelling-ass armpit of Milton, Florida.
And you could actually hear him say, "You have no idea what I'm going to do to this robe." And I got to tell you how the end of this match came about.
That scares me.
Yeah, well, the end of the match came, at one point, Bobby Doll had Johnny Rebel, and Uncle Jim came in to hit him with the cane. Johnny Rebel ducked. Uncle Jim accidentally crowned Bobby Doll with that cane.
Yep.
And, there's people, Sally Sue, on the message board saying
Lady Divine.
Saying that they're, he did it on purpose, and that is not true. I think everything is fine in the Doll camp right now.
Absolutely.
Just a little miscommunication there, but...
just like in any relationship or thing, marriage, friendship, whatever you want to say, there's ups and downs and bumps in the road. Small bump in the road for the Ultimate Legends. No problem. Bobby Doll just was upset in the heat of the moment that he lost that $15,000 robe to that hillbilly Johnny Rebel. I'm sure him and Uncle Jim will have a new strategy, and the pain, agony, and misery for Johnny Rebel has just begun.
Like I said, Johnny Rebel won the match, but he did not beat Bobby Doll. Bobby Doll was beating the tar out of him.
Absolutely. He beat him like a redheaded stepchild.
Moving on, the next match was an X Factor Championship match, and it pitted the current champion, the Canadian superstar Eon Flex, against the feature, Carlos D'Angelo, in a 3 stages of pain match. And the way this works, the first pinfall was a regular match, the second one was a submission match, and the third one was basically a last man standing match. If you couldn't answer the 10 count or referee's discretion, and if you could not continue, the other person would be awarded the fall. And in the end, it was the feature, Carlos D'Angelo, recapturing that X Factor title.
Absolutely, absolutely fantastic. I was ecstatic to see Carlos take that title back from the Canadian Blueberry, Eon Flex. And but what surprised me, though, was in the first fall, he beat him with a submission.
Carlos locked Eon Flex up and got the submission victory over him.
In the first fall, used Flex's specialty against him.
Right, Flex, of course, being a submission expert.
Absolutely. Made him tap out in the first fall, and I knew right then and there, I had that gut feeling that good things was in store for Carlos that night. Flex came back, took the second fall, and then went all...
In the submission match, of course, he hit Carlos with 2 elevator DDTs.
Impressive ones at that.
Right, and then it went to the third, and Carlos gave Eon Flex 2 doses of blows. And
how many?
2! And Eon just couldn't continue after that. The referee called the match right then and there.
Well, once again, I also think that showed in Carlos' superior cardio also.
Right.
Flex looked a little bit gassed there in that last fall, while Carlos was just, he was ready to go.
He was just getting warmed up.
That's right.
So, the winner of your match and your new X Factor champion, Carlos D'Angelo. The feature, Carlos D'Angelo.
That's right.
Do we have time to move on to the next match?
Or are we going to take a break?
All right, the next match, this is the one I was looking forward to. Relaxed rules match. Pitted the self-appointed franchise of Gulf Coast Wrestling, Brutal Joe Gibson,
French fries,
against BTY, Colby Godwin. And the way the relaxed rules match worked is basically it's referee's discretion. It was pretty much anything goes within reason. And I really like this match because I considered it a hardcore match, but there was not one weapon involved. It was just fists and an arena.
That's right.
These two went at it, and in the end, it was BTY Colby Godwin that got the 1-2-3 victory over Brutal Joe Gibson.
That was an awesome, awesome match. But what shocked me the most was prior to the match, Joe Gibson's trainer, Percy Pringle, came out to present BTY with the Horizon Award that he won at the Gulf Coast Wrestlers Reunion.
Right, a treat for wrestling fans because that's something normally reserved for just the wrestlers at the Gulf Coast Reunion.
Right.
So, hats off to Percy Pringle III for bringing that in front of the fans and just showing them what an auspicious occasion it was. The Horizon Award, the biggest award you can win at the Gulf Coast Wrestlers Reunion. And it was kind of a special moment. And of course, I think Joe took exception to that.
Absolutely.
It came out and not only insulted BTY, but Percy Pringle III, too.
Insulted his trainer.
Yes.
That kind of shocked me right there. It wouldn't have shocked me to see Joe Gibson insulting BTY, as they've had this rivalry going on in several promotions over the last couple years. But when he started insulting Percy Pringle, I was like, wow, man, this is going to be intense.
Like BTY needed any more motivation to kick his ass.
Absolutely. And that match was everything that a promoter could ask for and then some. They got in there, two big, young, strong, as I like to call BTY, young gorillas up there in the ring, beating each other's brains out, man. I mean, and the crowd was into it. And it was not an easy win by no means.
No.
Both of these guys literally beat the hell out of each other. And but the bottom line was BTY, drink some more beer. BTY got the Duke over Joe Gibson. I don't know exactly what the record is in the BTY versus Joe Gibson feud.
That's a little cloudy. I wish we could get a definitive answer on that. I believe the series is tied 2-2.
No, I know they've had 5 matches.
5?
5 matches, and I'm not sure who has the upper edge because I know they've wrestled in CSW. I know they wrestled in New Heights, and I think
once before in Ultimate when Joe Gibson was hurt and actually won the match.
And I think they've had 3 battles in Ultimate, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be because I'm drinking a lot of beer, so you never can tell. But anyway, we'll have to do some research on that to find out what the won-loss ratio is for Gibson and Godwin.
Right.
But
I wanted to comment on the match real quick. It was basically even. I think they were both just beating the hell out of each other. The turning point in the match, in my eyes, came when Joe Gibson set Colby Godwin up for one of those patented Irish wakes, and Colby Godwin put the big boot right to Joe's right arm. And then he just continued to work on the arm until he was able to finish him off with the Ace Crusher.
And I also think part of the thing that helped Colby Godwin get the win was the shame of Joe Gibson. Because when he was out there bad-mouthing Paul Bearer and everything, or excuse me, Percy Pringle, Paul Bearer, at the match, he was absolutely not using the good manners and upbringing that his lovely mother had raised him with. So, Joe, shame on you. You're embarrassing your mama. She was embarrassed. I seen her covering her face, and especially after you got pinned 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Your winner, BTY. With that being said, the producer's giving us the high sign to take another break. Right back at you. We love you too, baby. We'll be right back.